Hello and welcome back to Key Comic Universe. Back here today with another comic book haul. I believe this is the 12th one, so definitely in double digits by now. But before I get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, I would recommend it, and it would be pretty cool of you to do. Also, check me out on Instagram at Key Comic Universe. That's where I talk about a bunch of other different comics, as well as do sales and a bunch of other stuff. So starting off, ASM number 131. Pretty cool book. Kind of an iconic cover, you could argue, but cool book nonetheless. Good Bronze Age book. Next is ASM 138. Another good Bronze Age book. This one is a little bit of a filler book, but yeah, still pretty cool. Next is ASM 148, where he faces off against the Jackal and Tarantula. Pretty cool book. Also, a sorta return of Gwen Stacy, so yeah, pretty cool. Next is ASM 166, where Spider-Man faces off against the Lizard and basically a Stegosaur, if that's what it's called, Stegosaurus. I don't know. Cool book. Just good Bronze Age. Next is ASM issue number 180, where Spider-Man faces off against the Green Goblin. And I believe at this point it is Harry Osborn in that role. So pretty cool. Pretty cool book. Next is ASM 190. This is an early appearance of the Man-Wolf. Honestly, it's just an okay cover in my opinion. Nothing too crazy, but still a good book. Not really key or anything. Next is ASM 242. Just another filler. Kind of a filler with all that Hobgoblin stuff that was going on during that time. So yeah, this is one of the books that isn't like valuable really or anything like that, but still a cool book. ASM number 253, first appearance of Rose. Pretty cool book. If I see this book for cheap, I'm going to pick it up. And also, this one isn't like the great shape, low to mid grade, but you can see it for cheap. I would buy it for cheap. Next is ASM Annual number 14. Cool cover, cool book. Nothing much to talk about there. Next, ASM number 5. Second appearance of Silk. Definitely a cool book. Yeah. I think the second print is actually worth more than the first print now, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of an interesting little piece of information. Alright, next is ASM issue number 9. This is the cover A. Pretty cool book. Just a good book to be picking up. If you see it, I would pick it up. I still think this book is pretty undervalued in my opinion. So, I think there's still plenty of room to grow for this book. And also for the next book, which is part 2. This is the first full Spider-Punk. Oh yeah, I should mention that this one has various first appearances and the second appearance of Spider-Gwen. This one's the first Spider-Punk, and yeah, cool book as well. That one seems to be outdoing issue number 9 right now, from what I can tell. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't really think Spider-Punk was that big of a character or anything, but hey, I mean, if people are going for that character, cool. Good for them. Okay, next is Hulk, issue number 103, first appearance of Space Parasite, who is a complete nothing character, but early in the run, not early Silver Age, but early Hulk series Silver Age book. So yeah, why not? Cool book, definitely lower grade, but hey, what are you going to do? Next is Hulk, issue number 2. Arguably the first full / second appearance of Red Hulk. Just depends on how you look at it, but hey, cool book. Definitely cool stuff. Next is Hulk number 3. This is the first appearance of A-Bomb, who also appears on the cover. Cool book for sure. Then we got She-Hulk issue number 1. This is from the 2005 series. Not quite as, valuable or as much interest as the 2004 first issue. But, people are still looking for this book. So, yeah. She-Hulk is coming out with a TV series, so why not pick it up? Issue number 1s are always good, especially with TV series coming out. So, yeah. Kind of a rando, but X-Men 234, just a cool cover. Brood issue. Brood are pretty interesting. Aliens, but yeah. Next is Doctor Doom, issue number 6. Cool cover with King and Doctor Doom pretty much facing off. Definitely a book I pick up every single time I see it at cover price or less. Now this book does go for a little bit over cover price, but you know, you can find it, I'll pick it up. Even over cover price, it's still a good book. Just a really good cover on that one. Next is Thor number 344. First appearance of Malekith, who was in the worst Thor movie to date, in my opinion. And that was Thor: The Dark World, which was, it wasn't very good. I wished it was good because Malekith is actually a pretty cool character, and he was done really well in the TV Avengers TV series. But hey, whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Next is Thor 365. First, full Throg, cool book. Definitely a cool one. Love Throg. Throg is the best character in all of Thor history. Thor is a frog man. Okay, next is... I got a couple copies. Ultimate Fantastic Four, issue number 30. This is Return of the Marvel Zombies. Definitely a very cool book. This book is creeping up. I remember when this book was, $5, $6, and now it's just creeping up. So, yeah, definitely a cool book. Pick up when I see it. Alright, next is Fantastic Four, issue number 120, first Earwalker. Definitely a cool character. Maybe will show up in the MCU eventually. It just depends. But yeah, cool book for sure. Then we've got Ghost Rider issue number 29. This is the first meetings, or you could say team up, whatever you prefer. I call it both. Usually I just call them team ups because, it's superheroes meeting for the first time. They battle, whatever. But yeah, that's Ghost Rider number 29, Doctor Strange, and Ghost Rider meet up. First meet up. $25 on that one. Okay, then we got Iron Man issue number 126. Iconic cover, just super cool book. A book that people are always looking for, or seem to always be looking for. But yeah. Then we got Iron Man 169. This is the first time in cameo that James Rhodes wears the Iron Man suit. And then issue number 170, he's actually in the suit and actually doing stuff in the suit. But, still a cool book. Still pretty iconic. Then for Iron Man, after that, we got 2 copies of Iron Man issue number 1 from 2017. Found these both for cover price. Cannot complain. Cannot complain about that. Now, one is definitely nicer than the other. But, cover price, come on. Then the next book, I paid about $1, maybe $2 over cover price for this book, and that's Iron Man number 2. Variant, honestly, man, I don't care about variants. I've never really been big into them, but, this book will obviously be available, same with everything else that's been shown so far. Unless mentioned, every single book is available, so just feel free to reach out. But, yeah, Iron Man number 2, very cool book. Definitely just Riri Williams, I guess. I don't know. It's a book. Then we got Marvel Premiere issue number 1. Pretty iconic book. Definitely a key. Look, Warlock coming to MCU. All of his early stuff going up right now. Can't go wrong with that. And this one's a really nice copy for the grade. This one's around the 4.0. Maybe a 4.5. But despite the grade, still presents super well. It looks really nice. Has some spine ticks, sure. Has some chipping, sure. But, from the front, beautiful copy. Then we got Marvel Premiere issue number 44. And if I remember correctly, this is the first solo Jack of Hearts story. Now, Jack of Hearts isn't the biggest character ever, and if you're, not really super big into the comics, or you're not really reading a lot of Bronze Age books, Jack of Hearts is kind of huh? Who's that? But, definitely was a character. I remember correctly, they killed him off, and then they only brought him back as a zombie, years later, in the 90s, I think. But anyways, definitely an interesting character who didn't really go too far. Okay, now getting into the other stuff. This is all DC and Image books from here on out. That was just a Marvel stack. But anyway, starting off, we got 8 Billion Genies issue number 1. We got the blank variant and the 1 in 10 variant. Now, I know that these ones aren't the ones that people are going crazy over, but hey, still good. Found them at cover price. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, again, these will be available. Definitely a cool series. Some great artwork in there. And plus, with the Amazon show and all that type of stuff, I mean, honestly, you just can't really go wrong with those. Okay, next up, found these for $1 each. This is going to be mostly dollar bin books from now on. Everything else over there I paid around cover price to, $4 to $5 range. Maybe, well, except for the Marvel Premiere one, that was a little bit more. But, for the most part, picked all those books that I just showed up for cheap. But here's some dollar bin books. Now, normally I wouldn't even pick these up in the dollar bin, but DC Universe logo, I mean, yeah. See that logo? It's worth it. There are people who collect those. I tried to collect them for a while myself, but no. To me, it's just like, it's the same exact book. But it's still cool. People still like that, so DC Universe logos, why not? And then the one more expensive DCU I saw, which was also in dollar bin, was Batman issue number 529. This one always seems to have, pretty good prices on this one, definitely higher than the other ones. But, for $1, a nice grade, yeah, I'll grab that. I will grab that. And that's Batman number 529. Probably could use a little bit of a price just to get up in the really high grade range. But hey, I mean, still a nice copy. Then we got just some good Batman filler, 565 and 569. These are both the newsstands. Again, newsstands are, at this point, typically worth a bit more than their direct edition counterparts. And 569 is kind of like a minor key, where it's like an early appearance of Batgirl, or Cassandra Cain's Batgirl. But hey, still pretty cool. Yeah, don't mind picking those up. Then we got, and wait, make a second stack here because one book's falling over. But we got Detective Comics issue number 608. First appearance of Anarchy. Super undervalued book. Anarchy, again, no one ever talks about him. Literally, no one ever talks about him. Anarchy's a cool character who had his own series, and his own series wasn't bad either. So I'm just assuming DC doesn't really have anything TV or movie wise that really fits in at this point. But hey, if they ever do down the road, that book could go kind of crazy, I would think. Next, we got Superman number 4. This is the first appearance of Bloodsport, who was in the Suicide Squad. Definitely a very cool book. This book definitely cooled off quite a bit. It cooled off more than pretty much almost all of the other books. Like, the only other ones I can really think of that cooled off more are maybe obviously Legends is pretty cold right now. First appearance of Javelin, it's kind of all over the place. First appearance, the only ones that are really still doing well, I think, at this point are King Shark, his first appearance, and the first appearance of Ratcatcher. And, the book's also cooled off, but not as far as this book has. This book definitely had a big drop. But anyways, high grade copy, I'll take it. Next we got JLA issue number 214, number 217, kind of iconic cover on that one. Definitely a very cool cover. People seem to agree. These has a pretty good selling price. And then 218. Nice little, almost semi-run of that. But, yeah, cool stuff. Then we got Green Lantern issue 168, 169, 170, 171, and 174. Which book is missing out of these? I think someone else hit the dollar bins before I got there. Got to them, but, there was a 173 in dollar bins as well. That would have been pretty sick. Pick up 2 of the Suicide Squad keys. Yeah, I don't know. Still cool. Green Lantern's always fun. Definitely enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, and then finally, this book isn't a big book. It just happened to be at the bottom of the stack. I think all the bigger books were in the Marvel stack, but we got Spawn issue number 312. I mean, whatever, nice high grade copy, but still, whatever, man. It's a book. I kind of realized after reading this book, because, with these Spawn variants, it's always like, oh, damn, this might go for a bit of money. Oh, cool. But unfortunately, even though this book was in Darwin, and even though it's a variant, even though it's pretty well recognizable, this book still doesn't go for really anything. But it's still a cool book. Still can't go wrong with Spawn. Spawn. But yeah, definitely some good stuff this week. That's about it. That was around 40, 50 books, I think, if I counted right. Somewhere in that range. And I also picked up my new comics, but those really aren't anything crazy or anything to write home about. But yeah, that is it for this week. So if you made it this far, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this week's comic haul. And also, please like and subscribe, of course. If you're not subscribed, again, I would appreciate it. It would be pretty nice. And also check me out on Instagram at Key Comic Universe, where I do a bunch of comic book related stuff, including sales. So you can also reach out to me there if any of the books you decide you might be interested in, because I'm always down to work out a deal for some books. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video.